Welcome, it's Debrup on Air. I'm your host Debrup Laha, and this is The International Lens, where we dive into the real life stories of international students in the US. I have been in your shoes, earning both my bachelor's and master's degrees here, and now I'm working full time in the States. This podcast series is for you, whether you're already studying in the US or just planning to. Every week, I'll bring you conversations with students from all over the world, sharing their journeys, challenges, and triumphs. My mission? It's to give you the insights and inspirations you need as you carve your own path in the US. So, whether you're dreaming of studying here or already on your journey, this podcast is your ultimate guide. Tune in and let's make your American adventure one to remember. Welcome, everyone, to one more episode of our podcast series with international students in the US. Today, we have a current second year master's student named Soham Bose. He's currently a master's student pursuing his degree in computer science at New York Institute of Technology. Welcome, Soham, for taking your time out in your busy schedule and speaking with us. I'm pretty sure the viewers and the listeners are going to gain valuable insights from our conversation. How are you doing today?
Well, first of all, Debrup, thank you for inviting me to this show. I'm really excited to share my insights. I hope that whatever I say will be a bit helpful, if not the most, to any student who is studying in the US.
So, tell us a little bit about your educational background and your qualifications.
Okay, so of course, my full name is Soham Bose, and I come from Kolkata in West Bengal, in India, and I did my schooling in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, which is in Kolkata, and after that, I did my 12 boards in science, and after that, in 2017 till 2021, I did my bachelor in technology, or BTech, in computer science and engineering from Heritage Institute of Technology, which is also in Kolkata. And after I completed my undergraduate, I worked for 2 years at Capgemini till 2023, and beginning fall 2023, I have been a master student at New York Institute of Technology pursuing computer science.
Okay, good to know. Thanks for a brief description of your educational qualifications. So you mentioned that after the completion of your bachelor's, you pursued a full-time job for a couple of years before coming for your master's degree here.
Yes.
During your bachelor's, did you pursue any other internships in your field?
I did an internship at Mumbai in L&T hydrocarbon engineering in 2019 after my second year. Even though it was not related to my field, I gained kind of lots of insights about how everything is done there. And since one of their clients is ONGC, so they were showing us how those offshore plants and everything were designed, and I had to sort everything out as an analyst in using Excel, and that's all what I remember in that 2-month internship.
Okay, good to know that. And then during your full-time job at Capgemini, did you did you gather any more skills which helped you for your graduate studies application in the US?
Well, I think it's more, I should say, soft skills. I acquired some soft skills, especially in verbal and writing skills,
Okay.
because I feel those are very important for any student who's coming in US, because you primarily have to speak English, if not your mother tongue, uh, because if you're coming from India, you might speak your mother tongue or Hindi, and but then you have to speak with English. You speak in English with the others who stay in America, or your professors. So for that, I feel these are very, very important, and slowly I learned how to compose emails, as well as how to communicate to my supervisors or managers, and which this is also a thing which I learned in my on-campus job as well. So I feel these are the two important things which I learned.
Okay. So yeah, communication is definitely one of the important factors, irrespective of which stage in your career you are at.
Yeah.
What was your role in Capgemini?
So I worked, so my official role was described as an analyst or a
Okay.
software engineer. But where I used to work at Microsoft SharePoint. So, and also the Microsoft Power Platform. So I had to design kind of websites and also used to keep track of data from our clients using SharePoint, as well as I had to design some user interfaces and of course websites as well using a SharePoint framework and JS.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for your insights. Now, coming to your graduate studies application, when you were applying for your master's applications in different universities, did you face any challenges, and were there any seniors or mentors who helped you during this process?
I reached out to some seniors on LinkedIn
Okay.
uh, who, and also from my college, who have gone to or are studying in US for their masters. So they told me how to like organize everything, what to do the universities require, and how you you improve your resume as well, because my resume, if I rewind the clock to like 3 years back, it was literally nothing.
Okay.
So I had to like optimize everything. I used to send them every draft I made, and they were like patient enough, and they took out their valuable time to review my resume and give me feedback based on that. So I believe that's like big thing, like big positive for me when I was applying.
Resume, I mean, as we all know, we are in the industry and you need to keep editing your resume every now and then. Like your
Yeah.
first draft when you start, and after 3 years, when you look at your updated resume, it's totally different with
Yes.
different feedback from different people. Definitely something that is on the works for everybody, and people keep updating it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That's a good thing that you mentioned about resume and about SOPs and LORs.
I was fortunate to have some good professors in my undergraduate during my undergraduate days who instantly agreed that yes, it's you. We are more than happy to give you letters of recommendation. So that was a good like a blessing for me, as well as for SOP. I kind of I don't want to gloat about it, but uh, I kind of designed it myself and saw that kind of reviewed it. Also showed it to my seniors that how does this resume like a statement of purpose look. So accordingly to feedback, I designed an entire draft for myself, and then according university wise, I had to like you optimize accordingly.
Okay. So from this, we can certainly understand that feedback is definitely very important from
Definitely.
multiple people. And you use the feedback wisely for your resume as well as for your statement of purpose when you were applying for your graduate studies. Now, coming to your current program, which is your MS in Computer Science, can you walk us through what are the different courses that you took during your program here?
So over the top of my head, I remember taking automata and computer architecture during my first semester,
Okay.
as well as programming languages, operating systems and security, as well as software engineering. And on a side note, to those who think like software engineering is a headache, please don't like. But because if you are from CS, it is a once you enter the professional industry, it will actually be a very like an important subject to learn for you, because you get to understand so many concepts which might not be applied directly, but you will understand that, oh yes, this is required. So I'm just taking a few minutes to explain this.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
apart from that, I took databases, machine learning, and AI. And it was kind of a general thing if you ask me, but yes, the education that I have received was good so far.
Okay. And for all these courses, were there any prereqs or any separate skills that you had to learn before taking the courses so that you're keeping at par with the way the course was being taught?
Uh, for me, no, because since I had a background in CS, so it wasn't a bit of a headache for me. But some, I think, have to take prerequisites. I'm a bit ill-informed on this, so please
Okay, I understand.
forgive me.
So since you're coming from a computer science background, you're saying that you had the skills or the
Yes,
different prereqs to at least understand what is being taught. Okay, that's good to know because a lot of students do their undergrads in a different field like electronics and
yes,
electrical engineering as well as electronics and communication.
yes,
And they also choose their masters in computer science. So I believe for them, they would need to learn some of the basics to make sure they are keeping at par with the way the course is being taught. Thank you. Thank you for your insights on that. So now that you're in the US for 2 years, how do you think is the work life here? Like coursework, managing coursework along with, do you do any on-campus jobs?
I do an on-campus job. So there is a center called the Learning Center. So
Yeah.
it's a center which actually enables those undergrads who are currently studying. They
Okay.
actually tutor the students who are in who are in their freshman year.
Okay.
So I kind of supervise those appointments. I have to like to keep track of every appointment that's being done, as well as there are some peer student guys who actually host events so that to like make the students feel home and organize different kinds of events revolved around studying and everything. So that I also kind of supervise that as well. And there is the apart from that, yes, this is like the on-campus job, which kind of is a credit-based system. If I take 9 credits, I can get maximum six, and I was fortunate enough to receive all six for this during when I got the job like when I got the job for this.
So just to summarize, you took 9 credits in a semester,
Yes,
and the salary from this job was waiving the fee for 6 credits of your tuition.
yes,
Oh, that's very good to know because that's not very common in many universities. Usually, students need to pay for all of their 9 credits, and besides, they get a separate stipend for the job, which they can use for their living expenses.
yes.
But it's a different thing that is probably offered at NYIT, where some of your credits are getting waived. So I believe you're not getting a separate salary as such, but your
No,
tuition is
but
getting.
for that, like for that, those the student tutors who actually tutor the students, they get the hourly payment.
Okay.
Yeah, even though the hourly payment exists there as well, but this is a new thing which I got to learn when once I
Okay.
joined.
Very good to know. This is something I'm also hearing for the first time. So I believe when prospective students attend NYIT, they'll be definitely trying to explore these options because tuition is very expensive. And if you can get
Yes,
some waivers in some form or the other, definitely helpful for students who are coming with a lot of educational loans.
yes.
Okay, thanks
And
for
it
your
was a
insight.
good thing
So,
actually. It was a good thing actually because my final semester consists of one subject, which is
okay,
3 credits, and I didn't have to pay for it.
so that was fully waived. Okay, that's very good. So that's a free semester, kind of.
Yeah.
Great, great to hear that. And so coming back to the work-life balance question, you took 9 credits every semester. Along with
Yes.
that, you had this on-campus job.
Yes.
So was it okay to manage both at the same time, or did you face any hardships at any time?
So the supervisor for whom I work was kind enough to give me like adjust my schedule according to my classes. Like I went to early morning to the college for my job, and then after that, since my classes began at 5:45
Mm-hmm.
to 8:25, so after my job, my shift got done every day. I used to go to class.
Okay. It's good that you could balance work as well as studies together without putting too much pressure and stress on yourself. This is something
Yes.
very important to know for students who are coming to the US. And on the same note, another question that I had was how difficult was it for you to get this on-campus job? Because I believe the competition is very intense.
Very, very happy. I think I would say that. once you get your admit and once you are a confirmed student at whatever university you get, try from either from that day or the next day only, that uh, like keep track of the jobs that are happening on campus, optimize the resume according to that. And of course, for some jobs, on campus jobs, they require a cover letter.
Okay.
For me, a cover letter was required. So optimize your cover letter according to the job description, I would say that. And of course, the key word is optimize your resume.
Okay. Good to know that. And in this context, I believe you had applied through the career portal, or was it through cold emailing, or was the job posted somewhere and you got it through word of mouth?
I did two things. One was cold emailing, and of course, going to the centers to ask for a job directly, as well as applying via handshake. I
Handshake.
did three of this. So I would suggest that doing three of these would actually like make you go out of your comfort zone, even if you are shy and not that talkative. It would it would kind of help you break the ice in many ways as well.
Absolutely. I completely agree. And it's a good thing that you mentioned. And so for our viewers, I would like to suggest the same thing and reiterate that you need to cold email, you need to go to different offices in person, and at the same time apply to all relevant roles available in the Handshake portal, which is the same as the career portal, where jobs are being posted in across major universities in the US.
And this
Thanks.
includes professors as well.
Okay.
Don't be hesitant to approach professors.
Okay. So it's good to know that you utilized all the resources that were available in front of you, which helped you get the on-campus job. So
Yes.
good job on that. Uh, so now you're currently in your third semester or fourth semester, right?
I'm in my fourth semester.
So what are the plans for this summer? Are you planning to go for a job, or are you looking to extend your studies further?
I'm currently looking for a job as a business analyst because I feel that that is an area where I actually can thrive a lot compared to the traditional development role that CS students get.
Okay.
So that is my objective for now.
Okay, so for our viewers, you're doing your master's in computer science,
Yes,
but you're looking for business analyst roles.
yes.
Can you share a little bit on what are the skills that are required here so that the job that you're getting is aligned with the OPT requirements for international students, which says that the job has to be related to your field of studies?
First of all, if you are a CS student, uh, it kind of is a plus point for you that you have the technical skills that are required. So that kind of gives you an advantage, as well as if you work on your soft skills that I mentioned a few minutes back,
Mm-hmm.
those are actually the most required because technically you are kind of bridging the gap between stakeholders and developers. So that for that you need to be kind of a people person, and for that soft skills are very much required. And if you have some knowledge in computer science as well, like suppose if you are a software developer, for example, so and you are working on either Java or Python, or you know a bit of React and JavaScript as well,
Mm-hmm.
so that will kind of help you in the long run as well, even if you are if you are in CS and you are working as a business analyst. So this is what I feel about it.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's what I can say.
Makes sense. And so at this point, let's say you're being interviewed by a recruiter and you're asked about your top 2 to 3 skills. What would those be? Like any technical skills where you have the expertise?
Technical skills, like I'm a bit more inclined on the web development side.
Okay.
So I would obviously mention about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, as well as a bit of Node.js and React as well. React not so much, but yeah. And on soft skills, I feel that critical thinking and adaptability are the ones which I would like put on the forefront, because I've seen this many times that it takes like I can easily adapt to situations.
Okay.
So this is what I've seen from my observation, and I kind of like analyze every problem, like doing a deep dive of that to the point of being obsessed about it. So Yeah.
The great thing that you mentioned that soft skills are definitely very important along with technical skills in this when you're looking for jobs or
Yes.
internships. So now, aside from work and studies, anything, do you love doing anything like any hobbies or any passion projects you have?
Uh, of, co- uh, if you ask me about hobbies, I love doing a bit of YouTube. I
Okay,
So I have a YouTube channel, but it's mainly for just of a passion. I generally stream football or soccer content, as they say
okay.
here. So, and of course, I'm a cricket fan as well. So I I was a bit disappointed that India couldn't perform well in the beach Border Gavaskar Trophy. So, and apart from that, I love playing video games, and that's it.
Okay, who's your favorite soccer team or football team?
For soccer team in India, it's East Bengal,
Okay,
and in all over the world, I'm a Chelsea fan.
okay, Chelsea fan. Okay, let's hope Chelsea Football Club wins the trophy. Been a while, I guess. I mean, I don't follow football that passionately or that closely, but haven't heard Chelsea winning in a long time, but
Yeah,
let's hope so. They win something. Okay, so moving on, you mentioned about like I want to just rewind back to the application process as well. A lot of students are planning to apply for their master's studies during the fall 25 season as well and the spring 26. Do you think when during from your application time, anything you learned from any mistakes which you want to refer to them as not to repeat or something they should be aware of before they're submitting applications?
I would suggest that once you're starting to apply, I would say do that 1 year from do it 1 year from, like, suppose if you're applying for fall 25, I would suggest doing it in fall 24, but unfortunately fall 24 has passed.
Last year.
So if you are doing it in spring 2026, I would suggest starting now,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a long and very tedious and arduous journey. It is a frustrating on a mental point of view as well. So, and I would suggest that to keep a good track of location. Just don't apply for the sake of applying.
Okay.
You do need to like understand which university kind of caters to the one to your course or what you
Mhm.
want to study, which course caters to that. So this is you should keep in mind, not just apply for the sake of it. And of course, as I mentioned, as we talked about having a good statement of purpose as well as a letter of recommendations, I would suggest keeping 3 LORs on an average, because the top universities would definitely want 3 LORs.
Okay. At least, right?
Yeah. So of course, if you have more than three, good for you. But some universities require two or three. But yeah, I would suggest having an average of three. Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, that's no. I don't think anything else. Yeah, I don't. That's all about.
It's good that you mentioned that people should start the application process or at least having all the documents ready a year in advance so that when the application portal opens, they can submit the application and be one of the early applicants. Did you get any application fee waiver for your master's degree applications in any universities?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, all right. Because I've often heard that some students do ask their university officials if there's any application fee waiver possible. Some get, most don't get, of course. But yeah, some do get. Okay, I mean, that's good to know. And so now you mentioned that students who are coming for fall 25 have probably started applying a year, like a few months back, and have probably received the admit as well. Any skills you suggest or any technical softwares they should be learning now during this few months time before they come here from a computer science background point of view?
I would suggest that if you have good projects, please, if you are fresh out of college, please highlight your projects in your resume, because
Okay.
that is going to be a very important factor once you are going to be interviewed for internships, or or if you are looking going for full time. Because if you have a professional experience, if you have a bit of job experience, that's fine. Of course, projects are need to be mentioned,
Okay.
and but they will actually but they will look at your job experience as well. But for those who are fresh out of college, I think the projects will help them a lot. So I would suggest that once you're studying your undergrad, try doing some passion projects related to your field. It can be anything. You can make clones of apps as well. You can do anything, but at least make sure that you're learning something out of it,
Yep.
because those will definitely be those will definitely be taken into account once you're being interviewed.
Good that you mentioned about projects, because when you are fresh out of college and you're going for internship applications and you're being interviewed, students obviously won't have any job experience. So the projects are the only things they can talk about. So it's important that they have practical projects experiences in their resume which they can highlight or which they can speak during their interviews. Thanks for this great insight. I definitely feel the viewers will have great valuable experience learning from you. On the same note, can we request you that, let's say, any prospective student is coming to NYIT or other universities for their master's program, can they reach out to you via LinkedIn if they require any sort of guidance or help for any mentorship, or if they have any questions?
Definitely, definitely. I usually stay active on LinkedIn,
Okay.
and I have this thing of messaging instantly once I get a message. So please do message me. I'll try to respond as quickly as I can.
Okay, that's very good to know that students will be messaging you and they'll be expecting, okay, instant response from Soham. Why isn't it coming? Why is it 5 minutes delayed? Has to be instant. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Thanks for your kind words. And okay, any concluding comments or anything that you want to suggest to students while they are stepping onto their next journey of pursuing higher education in the US?
Uh, well, I'm no one. I don't think I'm that qualified to advise anyone, but I'll just say that don't hesitate to come to the US for studies. If you really want to study here, please do come here to study, because you will grow as a person, as well as from an academic point of view as well. So definitely, you should visit the US for studies, and as everyone says, I think keep hustling.
Keep hustling. Absolutely. We all need to hustle, like whether you're a student or an entry-level industrial professional or even an experienced candidate. Everyone is hustling. Thank you very much, Soham, for your time. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I'm pretty sure the listeners and the viewers will definitely gain a lot of great insights when they listen to this episode once it's aired. Thank you very much again for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Debrup. Really, you too.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Got questions or suggestions? Drop me an email at debruponair@gmail.com. Catch you in the next episode. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.